This video is sponsored by MAINGEAR and NVIDIA GeForce.
How do I get this out?
Very impressive.
Just say very depressing. All right, we're gonna go back to old reliable here. Woo! Yep. Here we go. Woo! Look at this thing. This is a... Ow! I just shot myself. Look at this freaking thing, dude. Wow. That is a Doom PC, all right. Woo! Yes, sir. Is that RTX 5080 in there? Ooh, that is nice. That is nice. MAINGEAR built and then sent me this Doom-themed PC for Doom the Dark Ages, so I can give it a test run. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to give this thing away. So I'm no stranger to modern Doom games, clocking in, I think, just under 60 hours between the two. Playing on the second hardest difficulty. I know, I'm a freaking casual. And both of them have had very distinct gameplay styles, despite both being very, like, you know, Doom. The first Doom was a bit more grounded, a bit slower paced, which I did enjoy. And then Doom Eternal ramped it way the hell up, introducing a lot more speed and movement into the game, which I did also enjoy quite a lot. Doom the Dark Ages is looking to dial that back a little bit, reducing some of the movement capabilities in favor of a different gameplay style that still feels very Doom. This time around, you have a shield, which can block, and it can dash to a target, and it can parry, and you can throw it to stun enemies. It does everything, and it is the main gameplay mechanic in the game. You can still sprint and jump and all that, but it's not going to be the insanity of Doom Eternal, so maybe if that game wasn't for you, the Dark Ages might be a bit more up your alley. Parrying attacks is a huge part of the game where you raise your shield right before a green-colored attack hits you, melee, ranged, whatever. If it's green, you parry. You can change the color of several notifications in the game, though. I'm looking out for my boy Ruben on that one. Otherwise, the game is a bit more tactical. It's not necessarily about running super fast and then double dashing in the air and swap to this weapon to hit this guy and then back to a different weapon to hit that guy. It's more about hitting your parries and moving around and strafing and using your shield to turn your defense into offense. But there's plenty of offense as well. And now I'm going to boot up this beautiful MAINGEAR PC and give this game a whirl. Shall we? This beast of a computer has all you'd want to play some Doom. An NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 GPU, an AMD Ryzen 7 9800X 3D CPU, 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, AIO liquid cooler, we got some RGB in there, an 850 watt power supply, 2 terabytes of NVMe SSD storage, and the ASRock Phantom Gaming X870E Nova motherboard. This thing is better than my computer, and I play video games for a living. And let me tell you, this thing ran smooth as hell for the hour that I played to grab some footage. I was playing on nightmare difficulty, I stepped it up, and I had basically everything turned up as high as it could possibly go, playing at 1440p, 144 hertz refresh rate. I think I heard this computer maybe yawn from boredom that it was just cooking this hard. The game played super smooth, but when you have the best of the best in this rig, that really shouldn't be too surprising. I will say that early on, nightmare difficulty was easier than I was anticipating that it was going to be. It took until the end of the second chapter for me to finally die and to like have a lock-in moment. The shield bash ability is so stupidly strong against these bunches of weaker enemies, and the game rewards you so much for playing aggressively, much like the previous games. So even if you get to low health, it's not that tough to bounce back. Hitting parries, even with the reduced timing window in Nightmare, was not that bad at all. I think it's almost too forgiving in Nightmare difficulty. But Hitting your parries, super important to gameplay. I'm pretty sure there's an enemy in there that basically only becomes vulnerable via parry, so you've got to get used to it. Otherwise, the game still felt very Doom, from the weapons to the impact of said weapons and your melee attacks and your finishers and your this and your that, just with a different gameplay approach. I liked both of the previous games, and I can very safely say that I have enjoyed playing this one so far. Doom: The Dark Ages also has like a semi-hardcore mode, and then you have like a full hardcore mode where if you die, your run is over. But something that I found interesting is that within the difficulty settings, you can adjust specific parts of the game. The parry window timer, the resource drops, the damage you deal, the damage dealt to you, enemy aggression, the speed of the game itself. So if you really want to torture yourself, you can with some insane modifiers, but if you're someone who wants like a chiller experience or just like wants a slight tweak on something, you can tune your difficulty beyond just put me on easy mode, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, NVIDIA has done a lot of lifting in the settings menu to really ramp up the visual experience of Doom: The Dark Ages, with NVIDIA DLSS 4 and Reflex, and many ray tracing features. DLSS, or Deep Learning Super Sampling, is NVIDIA's tech to boost game performance and image quality by allowing you to play at a lower resolution for better in-game performance, and then have it upscaled to a higher resolution so that it looks really good. DLSS 4 is NVIDIA's newest version. NVIDIA DLSS 4 features multi-frame generation on RTX 50 series GPUs, which can generate up to 3 additional frames per normally rendered frame, which jacks up your frame rate a lot, like up to 8x, for a smoother gameplay experience. And if there's a game where you're gonna want things to be smooth, it's probably Doom. If you don't have a GeForce RTX 50 series card, do not panic. You can still play Doom. There are still a bunch of enhancements to DLSS on 20, 30, and 40 series cards, although Doom: The Dark Ages minimum GPU specs do require a GPU with ray tracing capabilities. Speaking of ray tracing, Doom: The Dark Ages native ray tracing features full dynamic lighting with ray traced global illumination and reflections, with path tracing and DLSS ray reconstruction coming in a patch shortly after release, making the lighting of the game even better. Ray tracing is how your GPU simulates the physical behavior of light in the game so that the game can look at its best. Is this what it's like to be Linus? It's kind of cool. I just need like the nice set behind me. This is my set. It's a guest bedroom, so you know. It's okay. I only got to play an hour, but I had a lot of fun playing. I am definitely going to play this game on my own, sponsor or no sponsor. I was going to play this game anyway, so I really do appreciate MAINGEAR for sponsoring this video. Now the moment you've been waiting for, the Doom PC by MAINGEAR. This one is being given away to one lucky winner. To enter, you're going to want to hit the MAINGEAR link in the description, maingear.com/Doom. Follow the instructions. I assume it's not anything too complicated, and we're gonna pick a winner in a little bit. If you don't win the computer, but you're still in the market for a new PC, I've been partnered with MAINGEAR for a little while now, and you can use my link in the description if you are interested in getting a pre-built by MAINGEAR. My computer has been running great for months now, and when I hit a snag with one of my components recently, they were able to get it patched up, no problem. Again, big thanks to MAINGEAR for sponsoring the video and for letting me get to test drive this absolute beast of a computer. And I'm also really looking forward to hitting up Doom: The Dark Ages, which I think it's out right now. I think it's out literally right now on, I assume, everything, like PC, PS5, Xbox, everything. So, like, I mean, you're done watching this. It's over. The video's over. So, like, go. I'm gonna go play right now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.